So you let your players level up. Good. Now you have to design encounters for them in the game of Dungeons and Dragons. Well, how do we do this? Well, first, we pick a monster or level that we want to design an encounter for. Today, we're going to pick somewhere between level 9 and 10. So we're looking for a CR9 creature that is going to be our boss monster, and then we're going to give it some minions that are of a lower CR, somewhere between 5 and 6 for 2 monsters, and then 3 and 4 for another 2 monsters, depending on how difficult or how dynamic we want the encounter to be. Today I'm going to pick the Glabrezu, which is a large demon that has 4 arms, 2 big pincer claws on one and 2 big fists on the other. It grapples characters, it does all sorts of fun stuff. It has the ability to make 2 attacks in the 2024 version of the monster with its claws, and then it has the ability to either pummel them with its middle fist if it has one of the creatures grappled in its claws, or it can use spell casting. What are some of the things it can cast? Well, it can cast the darkness spell, and it has true sight, so it can see through that magical darkness. It can also cast power word stun once a day. Fantastic. Under 150 hit points, something's stunned, and then it can make a con save at the end of its turn to try to break the stun. Great for a low-level encounter to really put some fear into your party by stunning one of your characters. Maybe the monk that's always stunning your stuff. Then you can go ahead and have it use Dispel Magic on all the active spell effects your party has once per turn, because it can do Dispel Magic at will. It's a fun monster that it can do. Now, how do we make it so that it just doesn't die in the first round of combat because it's by itself and is a party of adventurers? Well, we give it some help. A Barlgura is a kind of CR5 monster that's got a whole bunch of hit points, got a good solid 85 hit points on its base, and it can deal a good bit of damage if it actually hits with its claws. These are going to be your brute monsters that are going to just take up actions from your party, and it's going to take a beating. They're going to sit there and they're going to give your Glabrezu some length. Then you got to add some other sort of like techie monster that causes a problem with your party. How about some CR4 Swarm of Dretches to keep with the demon theme that we have going on here? A single Dretch is a terrible creature. It's just got a little bit of kind of like 5 or 6 hit points and low armor. 1 hit and it's done kind of deal. But you have put the swarm of them out there, and that kind of gives them a little bit of length, has a little bit more hit points, becomes a problem because they give out a 10-foot emanation, and anything in that emanation needs to make a con save. It's a low DC, but you can put that fear into your party and get that party going and thinking. And because if they get poisoned, then they can't take reactions. They can only take an action or a bonus action on their turn, and it's a whole mess. You pair that with your big Glabrezu, and now your big Glabrezu has some length and it does a lot more damage. I'm Ange. Follow me for more tips and tricks on encounter design in the game of Dungeons & Dragons.